Hello everybody, it's Craig here and welcome back to another video here at the Medic on the Move YouTube channel where I am going to be talking to you about the secret to passing the National Registry of Emergency Medical Technicians Paramedic exam. Let me give you a disclaimer, because the fact is that I'm not a professional EMS educator or assessor. I don't have a professional association with the National Registry, apart from the fact I'm a newly registered paramedic. And the views that I'm expressing here are purely my own, and they don't represent any other organisation, and they certainly don't represent the National Registry. They are mine only. So here is the National Registry of Emergency Medical Technicians, a very, very quick top overview of it. I would encourage you to go to the registry website because it's such a great resource and a lot of information there for you. But essentially, it's the national organisation in the United States, that sets the specifications for education and certification and recertification of all of those practicing in the pre-hospital emergency medical services field. 31st of July 2025, so only a couple of weeks ago from right now when I'm recording this, is when I went to the South Louisiana Community College in Lafayette, Louisiana, and did my National Registry exam for the paramedic license. It was, I won't say it was terrifying, but like everybody else, of course I was nervous in going there. And when I walked down that corridor on that Thursday and saw that sign, testing centre, my stomach started to jitter. So I was in there for a couple of hours. In total, I did 120 questions and then it cut me off. And like any exam, you never know whether you did well or not. And so I just went outside and sat on a bench at the college, looking to the heavens and praying that I did well, thinking it might take either the rest of the day or the next day to get advice. But within the hour, boom, boom, I get notification of congratulations. And I had passed, and that was just an outstanding feeling to get that achievement. I'd studied and done a Bachelor of Paramedicine in Australia, did the conversion courses to get the technical diploma in Emergency Medical Technician Paramedic here through the National EMS Academy, which is an Arcadian ambulance company, and the South Louisiana Community College, and then went and sat the registry exam and passed, and it was a great feeling. The process in the United States, if you want to become a paramedic, well, first of all, you need to go and complete an approved EMT course, and I did that a few years ago up in Massachusetts. And then you've got to pass the registry exam for EMT. Then you go and do a paramedic course. Then you have to sit the National Registry exam for paramedic, which I just did, and is what I'm talking to you about on this video. Then go and find a job, and that's not hard. Get licensed in the state you want to work, go through agency orientation, and then get out there and start saving lives. It sounds just so easy, doesn't it? Now, here's the exam. The National Registry exam. You're going to be tested on 5 areas: airway, respiratory, ventilation, cardiac and resuscitation, trauma, medical, obstetrics, gynecology, and EMS operations. Clinical judgment is essentially really what they're looking for overall. So it's not just about being able to memorize information, because people can do that, although I'm not that great at being able to just memorize mountains of information. But they're trying. Clinical judgment is about essentially, and again, this is Craig Ferguson's view of the world. It's about being able to look at a situation, understand and interpret what's happening, come to a decision where you are determining that this is what is going on. Then you're going to generate solutions on what needs to be done to rectify it, and then you're going to take action. And that's what the National Registry exam really is about. They're wanting to test that you actually know what's going on and know what to do about it. The thing I would encourage you to do is to go to the National Registry website and search for the examination specifications. It's a PDF document and it outlines in great detail everything about the exam, how it's constructed, what it does, what it's trying to achieve, and it's really guiding and focusing you and setting you up for success. And this is sort of part of what I would encourage you to do, and part of the secret to passing the exam is be prepared. Do the research so you know what you're going into. So go to the registry website and look for the examination specifications for the paramedic exam, and that will enlighten you greatly. Now, let's go to me letting you into the secrets. This is true. Colin Powell, of course, a former four-star, and chief of the Joint Chief of Staffs in the US, and then went on for a political career. But his statement here is true. Of course, there are no secrets to success. It's all about preparation, hard work, and learning from your trips and falls that you have. And that's true of life, isn't it? So here's my thoughts on what he's saying. When he talks about preparation, in the context of this, I would say to you, preparation is you need to get yourself organised and structured. Almost every day needs to be structured into what you're going to study, when you're going to study it, how long you are going to study it for, when are you going to take breaks, what systems are you going to use, computer, pen and paper, notebooks, whiteboards, blackboards. What are you going to do as part of the whole success process to set you up to be well prepared for the exam? And know yourself. If you know that you can't concentrate very well after about 45 minutes of reading and looking at videos or whatever, then structure your day that way. Make it all work for you. Number 2, hard work. Well, you're going to need to be disciplined because this is a big course. You are becoming a paramedic who has huge responsibilities once you get out on the road, and you're going to have lots of skills and lots of drugs and medications and equipment that you can use. So this is not some sort of little happy game that you're playing. So you've got to be disciplined in your study, in preparing yourself. You're going to have to make sacrifices where maybe you're not going to be able to go out every second night and party and do the things that you normally do. Self-care, you need to look after yourself and set standards for what you want to achieve. What is the benchmark for you, not anyone else? What are your standards? And then when you trip and fall, as we all do, don't get down. Don't get all angry and start talking to yourself and saying, I'm hopeless and I can't do this. No, no, no. We all fail at things. So reflect on it. Look at it. What went wrong? Be honest. Then adapt yourself to what you need to do to set yourself up for success in the future. And don't try to be like anybody else. Just because somebody else you know on the course is doing really well and they only read one book, they don't look at anything else, or they only do this or they only do that, that's them. All right, don't try to be like anybody else. Just be you. The big three things that worked for me: you need to have a great textbook. And there are many of them, but this one, so Bledsoe's Paramedic Care, Principles and Practice, is a brilliant paramedic book. It's written well, it's an easy book to read and to understand the complex subjects, and I couldn't recommend it more highly. Go to the Limmer Education website and have a look, because their Paramedic Pass app, where it presents tests for you on all of the areas and review. But the brilliant thing about it is when you get things wrong in the tests, it comes up with really comprehensive explanations as to why what you chose was incorrect. So even though you might have got the question or the answer wrong, the huge benefit is you then get this wonderful explanation as to why it was wrong. And so it's win-win-win, because you're learning even though you have just failed that question or you didn't get it right. And we don't normally get that benefit when we do an exam somewhere. You just get your mark back and there's no explanations. So the Limmer Education website is brilliant. I would encourage you to go and look at it. And there's Evan, the paramedic coach. Go to his website as well, because Evan has outstanding videos and resources and will set you up, excuse me, for success. So those three things I couldn't recommend more highly. Of course, there are other things. I'm just telling you what I used and what certainly I feel prepared me to succeed and pass that exam. So here are my final tips. Pathophysiology. You do need to understand this because, as the explanation says there, it's the study of the changes that occur in the body as the result of a disease or injury. So the disease might be, let's say, asthma. You need to understand what asthma is and what it does in the body when it's occurring, because if you understand that as a paramedic, then it sets you up to be able to intervene properly at the right times with the right drugs or the right skills or equipment to be able to help that person that's experiencing a medical emergency. That is all outlined in those resources I just talked to you about. And the other thing about the exam, basic life support. Because you've done a paramedic course doesn't mean you need to use all those whiz-bang drugs and equipment. Basic life support is first. That's what saves lives. Airway, breathing, circulation, stop the hemorrhage. Then you move on to those advanced things. Take your time, read the questions thoroughly. Don't rush. Read the question, consider the answers, and make your choice. There I am with my gold paramedic patches on my uniform and my certificates from passing the NEMSA courses at Arcadian Ambulance and the National EMS Academy. So get organised, be disciplined, structure your life, adapt as you need to, and incorporate whatever resources you need to support your success. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you back here soon again on the Medic on the Move YouTube channel.